Geshe Ben Kungel. He was making a retreat in a sort of cave, like a retreat house, half cave in the mountains. And there was one person that was his sponsor, someone from a rich family, that the guru of this person said to him to go to sponsor this monk doing retreat. So he was there, and the sponsor would bring him food from time to time, would like every 3 months, and which is dry food. Tibetans normally would eat tsampa, which is this toasted barley flour that they mix with water or with tea and then just eat it. So they would bring food like once every 3 months, more or less, or every 6 months, depends. Anyhow, the fact was that Geshe Ben Kungen was in retreat, and one day it was approaching the day that his sponsor would come to see him. So that day he cleaned a little bit around. He put the offerings in the altar more nicely than what he used to do normally. He prepared it beautifully. He picked up some flowers. He put in the altar. He made it more nicely than what he would do normally. And then he sat to do his meditation while he was waiting, And when he sat to do his practice, he looked at the altar and the offerings. And then he asked himself, who are these offerings for? And he saw that actually the offerings were made not as a way of gratitude and as a way of making an offering towards the holy beings and one's guru, and a way to cultivate gratitude and respect and so on. The offerings were there as an instrument in order to gain more approval from the sponsor and to show how good practitioner he was, and so on, to get more money, to get more approval, and to get recognition. So as he saw that, he said, oh, these offerings are being made to my own self-cherishing, to my own attachment. The object of the offerings is just to nourish my own self-gratification. So he took earth from the floor, because it's like a cave. So he took dirt and he threw on the whole offerings everywhere, made it terrible. And he just sat there and remained sitting with a little dark face, And then arrived the sponsor. And if you imagine, come this person, which was a lay person, that is somehow happy that he's sponsoring this monk doing retreat. It comes with this romantic idea that the monk is like going to enlightenment and you are helping for that. So nice, so beautiful. And it's not that he goes to see him every day and he goes there once every 3 months or whatever. So he also has his own expectation of being welcome and having a nice time together. There is some expectation also from his side. So the sponsor arrived there with a lot of effort, because it meant going up the mountain to the place of retreat, bringing on the back all the barley flour and all the things, the butter and whatever else. What's a lot of work also. It was not just like, okay, take the car, park there, okay, how are you? No, it was a lot of effort behind. So he arrived there, he brought everything, and Ben Kungel didn't even say hello. He was like this. So the sponsor went there, he looked at it, and then he left things there, and he came down, and he was very upset. So he went to see his guru, who gave him the commitment to help this monk, to help Ben Kungel. So when he went to see his guru, which now, sadly, my memory is not good for some things, so names very often is not good. So he went to see his guru, which I don't remember the name now. And he was like very upset. And he said, hey, I went today there and to see the monk that you asked me to sponsor. What's the point, The offerings were so dirty. Even me, that I'm a lay person, I don't know much, I'm not a good practitioner, I do much better than that every day, And they're all the altar dirty with all the offerings full of filth. And he couldn't even say hello to me, He was so unpolite and like this, And then his guru asked, oh, explain me better what he was doing. He said, oh, he was just sitting there, not saying hello, with a little dark face, and his altar was full of dust. And then the Guru understood what happened. And he said, oh, Kyabsuchi, which means the greatest way of expressing respect in Tibetan, which means, oh, I take refuge. And then he explained to the sponsor, he said, no, he did the best offering he could ever done to the Buddhas, which was to go against his own self-cherishing, to go against his own attachment to his image, and so on.